Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. You know, there's been some pictures and things coming out about the 2024 Toyota Tacoma. And in case you didn't know, it is supposedly a completely redesigned truck. They're changing everything, going to a different frame, a different platform, all kinds of stuff. But as I see these pictures come out, I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Now, not about the looks of the truck or the capability, maybe, or any of that kind of stuff, but some of the things that Toyota is pushing right off the bat. I mean, you would think when they start to release, and Toyota loves to do this, they're doing the same thing that they did with the Tundra, putting out these little insignificant snippets with little hints about stuff. You know, they did one, the most recent one, at least at the time of this video, where they showed a JBL speaker, I guess, that integrates into the dash. But you could see the screen that kind of pops up a little bit. It's going to have that kind of floating big iPad-looking screen in it, which until I see it, yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment. And then you can see down the hood, and it has kind of a sunken in the middle hood, it looks like, with ridges running down the side. So definitely some different design cues. But what troubles me about what I've seen so far is that Toyota's putting out snippets of other companies' products. It's like Toyota is just adding a bunch of aftermarket stuff to the truck and calling it a redesign. And I hope that's not the case. And I know it's not fully. I know they're changing the body somewhat. And of course, we're getting a different powertrain. We're getting a V4, a four-cylinder turbo. There's rumors of other things out there. It's going to be interesting to see. I've heard rumors about a twin-turbo V6. Now, that's what the Tundra has in it. I can't imagine that Toyota would do that. It would be awesome, but I can't imagine that they'd actually do that. So, some of the aftermarket things that I'm talking about, you know, going back to previous years, Toyota had put Rigid Industries fog lights in, I believe it was the TRD Pro. I don't think you could get it in any other trim levels, but an aftermarket part. Now, it's cool to have that kind of stuff, but that's not really an innovative change for Toyota, is it? I mean, all they're doing is, I'm sure, partnering with Rigid Industries in this case and putting their fog light in the truck. Not really a lot of innovative design change there because it didn't really have to do anything. It just bolts in, right? I mean, I've changed fog lights in trucks before, in Tacomas. Doesn't take a lot of effort, and it's kind of the cheapo way for Toyota to do it, I think, even though it's a pretty good quality light that they're putting in. Next up is the Fox shocks. Now, they're cool, they're supposed to be good, although I have heard some negative things about them recently, that they leak and that there's other problems, but they're not Toyota's. They're somebody else's, a third-party product. They're just sticking them in the truck. Nothing wrong with that, but again, it's kind of like Toyota farming out pieces of the truck and not really innovating their own designs. Lastly, the JBL speaker that they did just recently. That one is kind of baffling to me. I mean, if they're thinking that a JBL speaker is somehow beneficial to the truck, I would argue no. I mean, I could go buy a JBL speaker right now, link it to my phone, and stick it in the truck if I wanted to anyway. It's not an innovative change. It's not a vast improvement. It's just a way to, I guess, integrate a third-party seller's product into your truck. Again, I think they're setting up agreements with all these folks, and keep in mind, when they replace their own parts with third-party parts that they're advertising, they're saving money because I'm sure they're either getting these parts at no cost or possibly getting them for a fee that the manufacturer, the third-party manufacturer, is paying to have their product in Toyota's new truck. Of course, it hurts us down the road if something goes wrong and you're out of warranty. You have to pay to have those products, so that's kind of how the the company, I guess, that makes them, the third party, recoups that cost because they know that down the road, once the truck's out of warranty, people are going to buy those parts and they're going to make money. It's very interesting, these agreements, I think. So anyway, I start to wonder that is the new redesigned Tacoma really a redesigned Tacoma? Or is it just going to be a conglomeration of third-party parts, aftermarket parts that really we could get right now, that Toyota is just integrating into the truck to cut costs, save money, and not have to spend as much from an engineering standpoint to put these things into the truck? I suppose time will tell, you know, down the road, once Toyota finally releases the full view of this truck and everything that it's going to be, we will know. But so far, it's a bit worrisome that what they're focusing on are other people's products. What do you think? I'd be curious to know. Are you impressed by these things? Is that JBL speaker going to do it for you? Are you going to run out and trade off your 3rd gen Tacoma for the 4th gen because that JBL speaker is in there? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Mod Driven, all about the Honda Civic, and RobMotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay curious out there. Bye.